Good morning. This is day 3. This is our final day of shooting on Time Travelers. I'm Jonas Chaka, your first AD. How we're doing? We're doing wonderful. Which is what a first AD is always, that's what we're supposed to say. No matter what the chaos, no matter what's going on, everything's perfectly fine.
When you're eating pretzels, all is well.
Breakfast.
Hello, and welcome to Time Travelers. I'm your host, Parker.
Time Travelers was inspired by a trip that I took to Hong Kong in 2010 with a friend of mine, and probably had to do with the time change and the lack of sleep, but we basically realized early on that we were time traveling non-stop during this trip, and very confused about this phenomenon. My mind began to get inspired to maybe tell a story of 2 women who were comically time traveling, but on top of it, to take it a level deeper to the real complexity of time and how it does seem to go faster and it does seem to go slower and how it doesn't really make sense. I went back to the States and began writing Time Travelers.
Our mission, to search for those fleeting moments where time gets away, and to one day exist outside the boundaries of time. We are Time Travelers.
The storyline of Time Travelers was very alternative and very sci-fi-ish. You know, it looks very natural, but it's got a nice contrasty look to it, and it's pretty dark. And that's the kind of stuff that I wanted to bring to the movie itself. So we would hang out and we would talk about the concept of the script, so I really understood what she was trying to say, and then we hung out at one of the locations that we shot at, and we just went through each shot list and we took pictures of them to make sure that this is exactly what each of us visualized.
Okay, has this proven harder to shoot in such a situation, the bedroom, or what's been the challenges?
Actually, it's not been that hard. I was really worried about that last shot with
the mirror?
Yeah, but it was alright.
Okay, so that one's done. The mirror shot. Oh, easy breezy.
I know Jonas is helping out, producing, and first assistant directing.
Oh, very good.
And that's who I'm helping out. I'm basically his assistant.
But let me just say that, to be totally honest with you, she is more important than I am. And if you wanted to have some kind of tier system, because as a first AD, you get bombarded with so many things and so many details and so much that has to be done. And if you don't have someone to kind of assist you, balls are going to get dropped. Also, as first AD, you're supposed to make sure that everyone has the exact address and that everyone can get here on time. And I gave them the wrong address, so I have to stand here and make sure that everyone gets here, because though the address was right in theory, this is the first time that you put the building in as opposed to the street address in your GPS. I don't quite get that, but 'tis no matter. Again, my fault. Someone that went to the address because I told him to and not the Strand. So folks are a little late, but it's all the first AD's fault, and that's okay, because it is what it is. And excuse me again, I got first AD. Victor, how you doing?
This way we have the lovely Julie. She'll be your makeup mistress on this journey.
And Julie has been great. She came on super excited and willing and helpful.
Have you learned anything new, or has there been any hard makeup challenges?
No, not really any hard makeup challenges. It's been just busy.
She had the challenge of making us look old in 20 minutes.
Yes, that's the only challenge I had. But we make it work.
What shot maybe is making you the most nervous right now?
Okay, what's making me nervous is that this is the opening shot of the whole film, and this sets the whole vibe, and I want every shot to look like a picture frame. I want like visual, I want colors, but I want simple and sleek, and with the little money that I've had,
5 minutes in.
with the little money I've had, it's been hard to really get it, but we have some good stuff to play with. I got Reed and Erica on it like this week to really help, which has made taking a huge load off.
Helping out with set design and art. So lots of clocks, basically. My position is clocks.
Hey, can I lend you a hand?
Yes, actually I was wearing these.
I'll lend you a hand then.
And Venice would fit right in, but like here, no. And you know, we're gonna try and maybe hang these on the clock or something. Yeah, so just getting different clocks and then like trying to use them in different areas.
What would you say is your favorite clock that you found in scouring the city?
I'm clocked out.
Ermanno Di Febo Orsini came on as production designer and really helped conceptualize the vision of this film. He brought the ideas of the clocks and bags of water, the hourglasses, the color palette of the film, and a lot of creative contributions.
My name is Hermano Anton Giulio di Febo Orsini, and I'm holding a stick.
Hermano had to leave town a few weeks before the shoot because he got a movie offer. So I was lucky enough 3 days before the shoot to get Reed, Johns, and Erica on it to take over the art department and help following through with Hermano's vision, and also to bring some ideas and visions of their own. Reed constructed the magnifying eyeglass that Susan wears in the kitchen scene, and he also brought in the mannequin arms. So all the creative visions made this film what it is.
Actually, I selected 2 images that describes exactly what Time Traveler was all about. One is this image here, which explains how I capture the time. And once time is captured, then it becomes the only possible outcome. I figured that the best way to work around things is to take away, to simplify, to make the least possible number of visual obstacles to the narrative, and just be subliminal. So a lot of coloring, gels, and all those clocks. The most fun I had was with the clock that kept signing the hours and the minutes continuously, with that incongruous movement that was consistent between the hour arm and the minute arm.
But I say instead we time travel, and then I think there's a moment there where hopefully, so then
I'll wait for the audience.
Wait for hold for the laugh.
Wait for the laugh. It's not about any of this. This is not some light.
I just need to know if someone got a picture of you just like that, standing up.
Being an actor and directing it was actually made a lot easier because I surrounded myself with 2 of my favorite actors, Ryan and Susan, and it became about just having fun and keeping comfortable, and they are also just super hardworking and super natural, so it made it easier for me. And we worked together before, so they know my language and understand my vision, trust my vision.
Your shirt or just on the floor or whatever, I don't know.
How about over the top of the bed?
Seconds away from blocking, seconds away.
Yeah.
As an actor, how did you prepare for this, getting into this role?
As an actor, I don't know, but as me, man, I just took 6 E-tabs and hit the technical club last night.
Okay, we're dealing with a method actor. I like this.
No math, man, just
what do you think is the most emasculating part of your costume, or what also is the part that you've fallen in love with?
I know nothing about emasculation. I know I got my boots on, and that's masculine enough.
Ryan is the type of actor that's consistently coming to the set with ideas that enhance the story. In both of the films that I've worked with him on, he continually comes up with things that make me laugh every day. In fact, one of the funniest lines in this movie was Ryan's creation during rehearsal.
Y'all want some shots?
Yeah.
Alright. That's how we roll.
Hey, that's for Europe. That's video. That's pay-per-view, yo.
So what's been your favorite scene to shoot thus far?
Please, this one.
This one? You're in bed. In bed with the director.
Yeah,
in bed with the lead actor.
And I'm sitting with the director and the lead actor, so I'm gonna have some really good credit placement.
Susan is my muse. She works so hard as an actress on every character that she takes on to create this very realistic person that's usually in my scripts immersed in some quirky and surreal challenge.
Instead of how did that happen,
Susan gets my humor, she gets my mind, and I give her a character, and she just always takes it to another level of making this character so real that the quirky aspects and the humor of it play exactly how they need to.
We lost the seconds. What happened? But you know, I did have to like embody this character who's very, very serious about this study that this mission that she's on. You know what I mean? I think that's what her drive is in this movie, is to get to the bottom of this. She has a lot at stake, you know, personally to do that.
Is as a first aid, you always have more than one time source. So that's the other thing is you have a watch, but this is kind of like a museum now, and we all rely on our cell phones. So I look at this time, I'm like, okay, that's what it says here, that's what it says there. Now I'm good. We're pretty much right on time. Something else a first AD is always supposed to say, though most of the time, it's seldom true.
Are we expecting to wrap tonight?
10 p.m.
And what time does Ryan need to leave?
He wanted to leave by 2 and it's 1:30.
Okay, so...
And we only got the first shot of the scene. But that was the big setup. Now we just punching in, punching in.
Jennifer was very good, and Jennifer is very gracious, and she can keep her mind on the work and everything else that's around the work. So she's got like a very creative, multitasking brain, unlike myself.
The scene we've done with this film that you were utilized.
That these two women were coming downstairs. I went to the camera person and said, aren't they supposed to come from this side of the camera? You have to match things.
The key to low-budget filmmaking is having the right crew, having people that are willing to put on multiple hats, willing to jump in, work hard, carry extra loads, and that's what we had. I was also thankful that Victor came in at a very reduced rate to help get great quality sound for the film. Jeremy White was a PA who was referred by a friend of mine and ended up coming all 3 days and every day bringing friends of his own that jumped in as extras and crew, and that was great.
So how long have you been working for Sharp Films, Jeremy?
Day 2.
Day 2. Excellent. Yeah. Very good.
Now this arm leads me to believe that there might be some sort of horror element to this film. Is that true?
I'm not sure. When we run out of these, that's when we cut off the legs. Yeah.
Like when a crew just works really well, everything gets done very smoothly, and you actually can have fun with it. It's not just work. Like I could do this like every day. I'm not really getting paid, but like just being here and watching everything get done, it's actually like really like shocking how much work needs to be done just to like watch like a small film.
Met Jen Sharp about 3 years ago, and she's just full of energy. I love watching her on a set because she's just so calm and very respectful with her crew, and someone who really takes her time with the decisions and does not rush through it. Part of the things I learned from her as a filmmaker.
Who here has starred in a film before?
I'm a co-star, but it's private. I don't really share that with the public.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into details about it. Late night.
One of my biggest accomplishments on this film was securing 40 extras for free to show up and do a great job. I did that by begging, pleading, and asking my friends to come in 3-hour shifts. 4 separate possibilities to come for 3 hours and come be extras, and it ended up being super fun. I had all my good friends on the set with me, and being able to call all the extras by name was a new experience for me, and I really, really appreciated them coming through for me. I think they had a good time too. No one was there for longer than 3 or 4 hours, if they didn't want to be. It is 2:30 in the morning and we've almost finished wrapping. Well, everybody but Catherine and I. How does it feel to have all this behind us?
Oh my god. As we get like on Wednesday when I'm like well rested and stuff.
Okay. Have you ever time traveled?
Yeah, I'm from Norway. That's what we do. But in reality of the larger picture, it doesn't really exist, but it's a fundamental measurement for the basics of what we live by.
When I was 20 or something, 3 months, 4 months, it felt so long, and now a year just goes by like that.
My opinion is that time does not exist. It's all a matter of perception.
I'm a Chandra.
So there's still time travel in your future?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it in my past? Oh, did I just mess you up? Oh,
the secret for life is to try to have as much time as no time at all.
Time getting away and vexing me is sort of my my dilemma of the day, every day. So when I read this piece, I was like, yeah, these are questions that I have, for sure.